Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we are going to talk about Garp revealing that is Vegapunk's brother. If you would like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel, that way you will join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite hockey. It would also help our crew a lot if you leave your thumbs up on today's video, so together we can become Yonkos. Now let's continue with today's video. Egghead's arc in One Piece has brought us great revelations for the work. This is because, besides the opportunity to finally meet the great scientist, we also learned about his relationship with other unthinkable characters like Dragon. This has raised not only suspicions, but mainly theories as to what his goals may be with such connections and whether Vegapunk is really reliable. There may be even more mysteries that we have not even considered. And one of them is precisely the relationship between Dragon and Vegapunk. Are they just friends, companions who fight for a common ideal, or is there something even bigger behind? Let's talk about it in today's video. Dr. Vegapunk is the lead scientist in the marine job. His work includes the discovery of the secrets and uses of the sea stone, the secrets of how the powers of the Akuma no Mi work, the co-discovery of the lineage factor and its applications, the creation of the pacifista and seraphim, and various other scientific achievements that are said to be at least 500 years ahead of current technology. He comes from the technologically advanced Katakuri Island and currently resides in Egghead, where his laboratory is located. Before being employed by the world government, Vegapunk was part of an outlaw scientific research team known as MADS, where he worked alongside other notable scientists such as Caesar Clown, Vinsmoke Judge, and Queen. The team was eventually arrested, and Vegapunk was integrated into the Marines after the team disbanded. In his youth, Vegapunk was a generous person who cared a lot about the inhabitants of his island, willing to help them with his inventions. He is considered the pride and joy of the island, and the residents still await his return. Each of the 6 Vegapunk satellites possesses a dominant personality trait that is probably present in Vegapunk in general. While he has morals and a sense of justice and pride as a scientist, Shaka, he also has evil traits and an inclination to steal from others to fund his research, Lilith, and can be prone to greed. York, there is considerable conflict and reasoning between these two sides. He appears to be quite thoughtful and wise, Edison and Pythagoras, but can become angry at other people's inability to replicate and properly utilize his technological developments, to the point of violent attack. Atlas. Unlike his former scientist colleague Caesar Clown, Vegapunk was much more moral about what he would do in pursuit of conquest. He refused to involve children in the gigantification process, despite repeated failures. He also vetoed the creation or release of the H2S poison gas weapon for fear of harming innocent people. He seems to have an interest in dragons, as he created 2 of them in Punk Hazard, and an artificial Akuma no Mi that allows the user to transform into one. He seems to be honorable in granting Kuma his last wish as a human, which was to program Kuma to protect Thousand Sunny until the return of the Straw Hats. Vegapunk seems to have an interest in the Straw Hat Pirates, although his interest in the group is currently unknown. He saw no problem in granting Bartholomew Kuma his last wish as a human to protect the group's ship, the Thousand Sunny, until a crew member returned to retrieve it. He fulfilled Kuma's last wish and programmed him to protect the ship for 2 full years, despite his long-established history and connection to the Marines and the world government as a whole. One of his satellites, Shaka, even expressed interest in meeting them after they appeared on Egghead Island. Chapter 1064 of One Piece was an incredibly exciting chapter, full of action, drama, and revelations. The chapter was divided into 2 sections, one focused on the battle between the Blackbeard pirates and the Heart pirates, and the other on the events on Egghead Island. Fans were shocked to see that Oda decided to show the confrontation between Trafalgar Law and Blackbeard, since he has a notorious reputation for taking fights off-panel. This has happened on several occasions before, so Oda's decision to illustrate the fight was a pleasant surprise. The fight between the 2 members of the worst generation is still ongoing, and it's pretty hard to call a winner, but the next chapter of One Piece should shed more light on that. It would be unwise to rule out Law, but Blackbeard's Yami Yami no Mi can nullify the power of any devil fruit, so this gives the Emperor an advantage. Despite the chapter having an epic confrontation between 2 of the supernovas, the main highlight of the chapter came at the end. On the final page of the chapter, Shaka was talking to someone, and it appeared that he was discussing his possible death. The identity of the person on the other end of the conversation was revealed in the last panel of the chapter, and it was confirmed that the person Shaka was talking to was none other than Monkey D. Dragon. This was a big reveal, and it drastically changes things in the story. Even before the revelation, it was a prevailing theory that Dragon and Vegapunk had some sort of connection, and they planned the fall of the world government together. Judging from the conversation, it doesn't appear that Vegapunk and Dragon were interacting for the first time. In fact, it seemed that the 2 had known each other for a long time. When Vegapunk stated that his death was imminent, Dragon asked him not to joke about it, which Vegapunk ignored, as he wanted to get to the point. Then the scientist went on and told Dragon that there was something he would like to discuss with him. Vegapunk has been serving the world government for a long time, and there is no doubt that he has learned many secrets about them, which could seriously affect them and even lead to their collapse. If Vegapunk and Dragon have been on good terms for a long time, it is possible that the two met before Dragon started the Revolutionary Army. There are many rumors that suggest that Dragon used to be a member of the Marine, which is when he met Vegapunk. With Dragon's departure, Vegapunk had to come up with a new way to leak secrets to the Revolutionary Army. After breaking their heads, they decided to use Bartholomew Kuma to smuggle out information. There are several pieces of evidence to support this claim of Kuma still serving the Revolutionary Army. For starters, Kuma was already part of the Revolutionary Army, and it made no sense for a person who knew all about the corruption of the world government to actually go and offer to be a pawn for them, unless there was some ulterior motive. Another piece of evidence is Bonnie's statement that he visited the lab on Egghead Island as a child, and in another panel, Kuma could be seen wearing what appeared to be a scientist's uniform. This implies that Kuma may have worked with Dr. Vegapunk, and this is how they met. Vegapunk claimed that he didn't have much time before he was killed, and it has already been confirmed that CP0 members are on their way to Egghead Island to destroy all of Dr. Vegapunk's bodies. So, if he really believes he is going to die, he may be preparing to reveal classified information about the world government. It is possible that the world government has discovered Vegapunk's secret or that they think he has served his purpose. It seems unlikely that the Revolutionary Army will be able to help Vegapunk, but the Straw Hats may have a say. Before the Straw Hats make a decision about helping Vegapunk or not, they will most likely ask why he turned Bonnie's father into a cyborg, and depending on his answer, Bonnie would either let him live or kill him. Another thing to keep in mind is that Zoro mentioned that the Straw Hat Pirates have some demands, the nature of which remains uncertain. Thus, Vegapunk may also offer his services to them in exchange for ensuring their safety. Furthermore, if the Revolutionary Army gets involved with the events taking place on Egghead Island, it is possible that Dragon could finally meet his son. The two have not met for a long time, and this may be the last chance before the Revolutionary Army gives it their all. Chapter 1067 introduced us to even more lore regarding One Piece's past, with Dragon and Vegapunk interacting regarding O'Hara and what happened to him. This shows that not only have they known each other for a long time, but they have certainly been working together for even longer. But is this only related to their common goals, or is it going in an even more incredible direction? What if Dragon was actually bloodily related to Vegapunk? What if, in reality, he could be related to him? How interesting would it be if Vegapunk was Garp's brother? Through the age calculations and their relationships, with his actions being directly connected to Luffy himself, even being quite interested in the Straw Hats for some reason, we couldn't help but think there is something bigger there, right? If Vegapunk was, in addition to everything else, AD, things would make even more sense. But could this be a possibility? Could Vegapunk and Luffy be blood relatives? Could such a scientist actually be another D? Leave your opinion in the comments. That's it, my Straw Hat Pirate. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any suggestions for a video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.